Yes, man. Cramp and paralyzed weak at conception. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Stop the slavery a go on in a Libya. Just because man walk across the border, you want lock up with brother and sister and sell them to the Arab slave master. Train them up and lock them up and rape off with data. This is abomination in the eyes of your Allah. Burn a fire upon slavery in Arabia. Yes, man. Cramp and paralyzed weak at conception. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Stop the slavery a go on in a Libya. Just because man walk across the border, you want lock up with brother and sister and sell them to the Arab slave master. Train them up and lock them up and rape off with data. This is abomination in the eyes of your Allah. Burn a fire upon slavery in Arabia. Burn a fire upon slavery in Arabia.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Open Borders, Minifans Across the World. My name is Luke McKhomeini, and I live in Tehran, Iran. And joining me this week is Jackson from Australia. Jackson?
Big man, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
And well pronounced, by the way, your last name. I know it's your name, but that was very well pronounced. Why?
Yeah,
Why the Iran? What's in the news? I've just woken up.
Well, we're going to get to that a little later in the episode, so let's skip ahead. We got to start with Marshall news, as we always do. Marshall lost his women's basketball coach to Tennessee after only 1 year. Yep. Kim Caldwell, real cutie. We got her from Glenville State, where she won, I think, 1 or 2 Division II national championships. 1 season at Marshall, took us to the tournament where we got our asses kicked at Virginia Tech. But then Tennessee hired her. So we went out and we've hired a new coach. Her name's Julie Folks. She's been the head coach at Transylvania University, which is a Division III program.
Is that a joke?
No, it's not a joke at all. We hired her.
Okay.
She won a national championship in Division III in 2023. And welcome to Marshall, Julie. And also Transylvania is called Transy, which I thought was kind of funny.
Right. I thought that was a fake place, by the way. It's it's like a
state Transylvania or
something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's real. You've heard of Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what impaling
I thought that was. Isn't that like? I remember the Simpsons episode with Mr. Burns, But
yeah, they literally take people and they put their asshole on the top of the spear, and then their weight just carries them down over time, and the spear goes through them entirely.
And you're reading about that jerking off. You're like, damn, that's hot.
It's common for infidels. Marshall also beat WVU 3-2 in baseball, so we had that going for us. That was fantastic. There was a play. A lot of people said it was a balk. I don't really understand what a balk is, so I don't think it was. And also, WVU is number 1 in the Big 12, so it's just fantastic. You're giving me nothing right now, dude.
Wow, what am I going to tell you about? Actually, by the way, you mentioned that the other day. I watched that game. I watched the highlights of that game.
The baseball game?
Yeah. And I started watching.
That was fantastic.
There was like a big brawl between like Mississippi State and Georgia. I don't know if you saw that.
Nah, I didn't watch that.
Oh yeah, you're right in college baseball. I get it.
Yeah,
you love it.
No, all I know about is what
stick to your women's basketball.
Huh?
I said stick to your women's basketball.
Netball.
And netball. You guys play that? Okay, whatever.
No. Diddy diddles kids.
Diddy. Jeez, where'd you get that from, that topic? Well, was it kids or is it just like male rappers?
I think Justin Bieber.
Yeah, okay.
You saw him.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, there is a bit of that.
Then
I don't know. He kind of thought he was a black rapper though. So
did you see that clip where he like stuck his hand on Mike Tyson's leg, and Mike Tyson like took his hand and like moved it? That's fucking crazy, dude. You imagine putting your hand on Mike Tyson's knee. Also, you remember what's the little guy's name from Chechnya? Like the Hasbullah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Have you ever
Dagestan.
seen that clip of him with Mike Tyson?
No.
Mike Tyson thinks he's like a little kid.
Oh, he thinks he's a child. Yeah. He's like, come here,
He's
little
like kissing
cutie.
him on the cheeks.
Hey.
Yeah. What else you got? You got anything for me, dude?
Well, we got random topics. I mean, I want to get into this Iran thing. I know you're all like, oh, let's save this, but what the hell's going on? I don't know. And I can tell what side you're rooting for. You look Iranian.
Yeah, I'm not rooting
they got a
for
lot of
anybody. I just enjoy conflict in the news. So for the last like 48 hours, I don't know. We'll go back a little bit further. Israel took out the Damascus embassy of Iran. I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago. They do that all the time. Israel will just hit Iranian targets in other countries. Yeah, it's in Syria. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Israel will just hit targets of Iran in the proxy areas over just whatever. But this is the first time I think Iran's going to directly attack Israel from Iran, as opposed to just using like Hamas or Yemen or somebody to do it. So big worry, I think, is that they're going to do an overwhelming drone thing where they just send like thousands and thousands of drones all at once, because the Israel's got that defense system. I can't remember what it's called. The
Iron Dome.
Yes, the Iron Dome, where it shoots down all the missiles and stuff. It can't shoot down everything if you shoot like a million things at it all at once. So that's what's going on right now. As you can hear, the bombs are coming like hard and heavy from my window. I think Israel's hitting back. I'm not too worried about it. I live in a brick house, so I'm not particularly worried about any of it.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to know?
Yeah, I guess. Well, my biggest concern is Adam from Jersey, who he's died in the war over there. So he went to Israel to defend it. Unfortunately,
did he actually?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if that were true, or if you're just lying on that. Oh, let's talk about something in your news. I saw there was a stabbing in Sydney.
Yeah, I don't know.
My only takeaway from that was that you guys have Kmart. So I was looking at the picture of the person's body, like laying there with the blood all around him. The person that the cop took out, the perpetrator. And honestly, the biggest thing I noticed was behind him. It was in front of a Kmart.
What's the big news? Kmart
doesn't exist here anymore, dude. Kmart was a great store, but it hasn't existed in it's been a while. I'm gonna look up real quick when Kmart went out of business.
It the same store? Is it the exact
I don't know. Well, it's the same logo.
Because that store's the shit. That's like one of the only ones that's open here 24 hours. You go there.
What is this? Like a gas station?
Pick up some laundry. No. It's a big department store.
Okay,
you buy
that's
all
what
your
it
Christmas
is. That's
stuff.
what it was here.
Or your Easter presents.
I'm trying to see when it went out of business.
Shitty clothes. $10 t-shirts.
2018, I think, is when it went out of business here.
Cheap dog food.
They used to have pretty good sandwiches. They would wrap them up and basically just look like your mom did it, like in a saran wrap. Those were actually pretty decent. They also had the video games where they had good deals on that. I remember. It was kind of like a ghetto Walmart, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's got everything. Ghetto.
But all right, thought you were gonna give me a little bit more on that one.
What do you want me to tell you about Kmart? I mean, I'm a Kmart guy. I'm telling you, there's one like not far from my house, 24 hours.
Name your 5 favorite things to buy at Kmart.
Shitty t-shirts.
Okay.
Laundry supplies. I don't fucking know. God damn it.
3.
Dog food.
Dog food 3.
I don't know. If I want to buy like the new GTA, I'll go there.
Okay, video games 4.
Even though that's not coming out in another few years. I don't know. New headphones.
New headphones. Okay, so electronic.
Very interesting.
So that's a department.
Mostly clothes. Mostly
clothing.
Yeah.
So I don't think I ever bought clothes from Kmart. It's kind of like lame.
What's your big shop there?
I just wear, for the most part, like whatever I can get that's free and Marshall stuff.
Yeah, but what's your big what's your big stores there? I mean, you're in fucking Huntington. What's that got? Like 50,000 people. I mean, you're in Tehran. I'm sorry, that's a big city. How many people are in Tehran?
I like Marshalls. Marshalls is like one of those places where they buy like the clothes from the season before, and then they sell them really cheap. So you can get like Adidas for like $15 or whatever.
Is everything named after the university?
No, that's a chain. It has nothing to do with the university.
Right.
It's a big chain. Yeah, you would know that if you were ever here. It's like Kohl's kind of. Do you have Kohl's?
We don't have your Kohl's. Our Kohl's is spelled Coles, and it's another supermarket that's like you go to buy dinner and go to buy groceries and that sort of stuff. It's totally different. Okay. I don't know what your Kohl's is. Is that the same, or is that like Kmart?
Kohl's is like a department, like a cheap department store.
Okay.
You get like
it took me a while. I would hear Americans refer to Kohl's, and I was like, "Oh, you guys have Kohl's?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's a totally different."
And like you can also return stuff to Amazon there. Like Amazon owns a big part of it. Like you can take your Amazon shit and return it at Kohl's.
Right, big news.
Do you think KMS will ever return to the air?
Well, we're supposed to be off next week as well, right?
I hope not, because I'm dying. But we got that shitty episode with fucking what's his face, Connecticut douchebag.
It's about Andy Mayo.
Andy Mayo, there we go.
Yeah, well, that was the last show we had, Mayo and Jeff DeLow.
And Jeff DeLo's great, but Andy Mayo sucks.
I'm still a sucker for Mayo. I think I was listening to the Leeches, and Shattuck was talking about how he's a big fan still, and I think we might be the only two. The last one was fantastic. I mean, I'm in and out. I listened to like the second one. I was like, I'm not interested whatsoever. And there was one on Riccio where I was like, okay, they're just recapping everything on KMS basically. The one where Alice was drunk as fuck was hilarious. But the last one, they just did like biggest flame out minifans, like people who couldn't handle it anymore in the world, and just fell off a map. And he doesn't count.
I don't think Will count. Will doesn't count at all. He wasn't a minifan.
Yeah, he was hilarious. I loved him. Yeah.
Snell would be a better example of that, honestly.
Yeah, Snell's probably my most hated.
Did they name any other ones?
I fucking hated Snell. God damn. I can't remember off the top of my head. Now this is a little while ago. I
like this format for the show where I just ask you if you can remember things that they named. And this is a good show.
Don't forget, I'm running on like 3 hours sleep and had like 12 beers last night. So we had presentation last night.
Heineken?
What beer? Well, actually, I drank Canadian Dries, CC and Dries. Do you have Canadian Club? No, you're not over there. A few Jim.
What is that, like whiskey?
Yeah.
We have, I thought we were talking about beer. That's what I was confused. I thought it was a beer.
No, yeah. Yeah. So cheap club, cheap footy club drinks. So I sound a bit crazy, I think. Yeah. And no rookie of the year. They didn't have rookie of the year, unfortunately. But I did get coach's award, which is I think his biggest suck up.
You got that?
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah, I got a couple of
you, buddy.
Little MVP. Yeah, right. A little pat on the back.
Did they give you a certificate?
I got a little trophy. I got a little Titans trophy. So, but my shoulder's still fucked. Though we played our first winter game yesterday.
Yeah. What position did you play?
Center field. So I think for the next few weeks it'll be center field. Yeah, because I'm left-handed, so I'm not allowed in the infield, which is fun.
Right.
I'm too skinny to play first base. Apparently, I'm gonna put on like 20 more kilos. Which I've been putting it on. I weigh like, what do I weigh now? Like 180 pounds, I think is the conversion. Maybe no, more, a little bit more.
Still pretty skinny, dude.
What the fuck's like 82 kilos? Yeah, I know. What am I, 6'3"? So I'm still
like I'm 5'11".
But I'm at a point now.
I weigh like 30 pounds more than you.
If not more. Make great first base. You probably get those catches.
Yeah, I'm a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I tried to get dressed for last night, and none of my pants fit me anymore, which is an issue. So
that sucks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm trying.
You guys just wear shorts everywhere.
It's fucking cold outside. We're into winter. It's cold right now. But then our cold is like right now it's 13 degrees, which is what in Fahrenheit, like 50 something.
I don't know.
I think I don't know. I can't be fucked on the conversion, but our cold is like regular for you guys. So.
Yeah. It's probably about the like. I think it was like 80 here yesterday. I think it's more like 60 here today.
80's hot for you, right?
I think it's kind of hot, but most people don't. It'll get in the 90s in the summer.
Yeah, but you're a ginger, so you would burn.
Yeah, I just burn, dude.
There's no way you tan.
If I drive 3 hours and it's bright outside, I gotta put sunscreen on. I'm not even like my whole like side, whatever side shining on me. I'll be all burnt and shit. I've gotten like sun poisoning from driving before. Like when you get like the boils and the blisters and shit. Fucking sucks.
Do you drive a manual, by the way?
No, I can't.
Oh, really?
No, I've never had
all I drive. No, because sometimes I think about it. Like I drive these tractors that are.
You drive a Holden?
No, Subaru actually, like a fucking
Subaru. Well, you a lesbian?
I was gonna call myself the F word. But yeah, lesbian, that'll work. But no, sometimes I drive these American tractors and the gears are on the right hand side and it fucking totally screws with me. Like your manual.
Oh, that's right. You guys drive.
I'm not crazy. Like, do you guys like clutch in with your right? Do you brake? What foot do you brake with and accelerate with? Is that your right foot?
Yeah. Well, I've never driven a manual car before. I've only driven
but you drive a regular car. Like, is it still the accelerator?
Yeah, we use it. You're only supposed to use your right foot. Like, there's people that use their left foot too, but when you're driving an automatic, you shouldn't be using. No, that's crazy. At all. But they're like women likes to ride the brakes and stuff.
I remember when I dislocated my knee and I was playing cricket. Weirdly, I was playing like this shot and my knee just popped out and I drove myself to the hospital and I had to drive left-footed and that was pretty fucking crazy. I nearly crashed a few times.
When I blew my knee out, it was my right knee as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was when I was in college. I was a freshman or a sophomore and we were stealing traffic cones. Like we weren't even stealing traffic cones. We were walking backward drunk. Just grab a traffic cone and like run across the street with it. And as I was running, my ACL and my MCL went, and I went down, and then I smacked my kneecap right on the curb and cracked my patella.
What the fuck? Was this like making a turn or something, or were you just running in a straight line?
It was like misting outside, so it was like a little moist. But yeah, so just bad luck and being drunk and carrying. Those traffic cones are pretty heavy. They're like 40, 50 pounds. And carrying one of those and running, and yeah, that was. So I was in a knee brace for like 6 months. Have to hobble down to class. It sucked. And I've never my knee clicks when I go up and down the stairs. I can't really run. Like I can't generate any power on that knee. I never got it repaired or anything.
That's why you're fucking fat now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is that your worst injury?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I've never really. I broke a toe once, broken a finger once.
That doesn't count. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, no, I've never had any real injuries. What about you?
I've done my knees 4 times. I've done both of them twice. Yeah. So.
How the fuck did you do that?
Well, one was because they get to a point where they're so weak that the last one was playing cricket. That's why I knew what to do. That's why I didn't panic. I was in agony and I just got in the car and drove.
You know what? Normal adults, when they hurt their knees, they quit doing shit like playing baseball on Sundays and all that shit. That's why you done it 4 times.
Yeah, I know. And people are like, you're fucking crazy. But I don't know. With the baseball, I got to a point where I stopped playing sports when I was 24. And then I had the itch. I'm really competitive. So I was like, fuck, I got to do something. So I was like, shit, it'll be good to get fit. I've been working on the knees. I go to physio. I try and work on it. But yeah, they just I was just irresponsible and they just would keep going. And I would just not do any rehab or anything.
Yeah.
And so just fucking keep going. The last one was cricket. 2 before that was on my left knee playing soccer, where you would just, I'm not great at soccer. So your opposition are fucking hacks and you would get a guy just come in on your knee and, you're out.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, I'm kind of that guy.
Yeah, I bet you are. You're fucking lard coming in, fucking taking my knees out.
When I first got here to Tehran, I joined up for a men's league, and it was like the open division. Like it was supposed to be the lowest level. Like they had higher levels for like if you played in college and if you played, if you were better.
Men's league, what, like fucking bomb making or something?
Soccer.
Oh,
football, we call it here in Iran.
They're actually a decent team, Iran.
Yeah, they actually are. Well, we'll see for how much longer though. The weird thing is too. Just go back real quick. Iran's air defense is probably pretty good. Israel's got one of probably the top 5 air forces, if not better than that even. So it'll be interesting to see if
Israel's defense is America as well.
Yeah. I'm just curious about how hard it would be for Israel to bomb Iran these days.
And What was the story? Speaking of Khamenei or whatever his fucking name is, isn't that what happened? Like that was during the Trump administration. Like they didn't Iran.
I thought that was
like
that was
a
in
ship
Iraq
or something. No.
Sorry,
I think it was off like the. I think it was like off the coast of Iran. Does Iran have a coast? I don't fucking know. But it was like
yeah, they got the Persian Gulf.
Right. And they attacked some American ship or something.
I think you're talking about Operation Mantis, Praying Mantis.
I don't know, but isn't that when fucking Khamenei got drone striked or whatever the hell happened?
I think Khomeiни's still alive, isn't he?
Isn't he?
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
There's the Iranian general, like the major.
Yeah, when Trump,
major general,
are you talking about when
fucking
Trump
taken out?
Bombing. Trump did the big bombing and hit him.
Yeah, and killed. I thought it was Khamenei.
No, it wasn't Khomeini. It was some general. I don't know.
Is he like the what?
He's like the supreme Ayatollah.
The leader. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of. Fuck, who am I thinking of? God damn it!
He's my second cousin.
About,
I don't know who you're. He's the only one I can think of. Ahmadinejad was back in the day, but he's been dead for a few years now. I remember him. He was big, like in the Bush era.
Ahmadinejad. Like the number one person in the military for Iran got taken out by Trump. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, something like that. It was a bit. That's what basically what Israel did the other day.
Anyway, my point is surely that Iran coming and attacking Israel, the fucking Americans are going to go tenfold.
Oh yeah. We're actually probably the closest we've been to a global conflict since, I don't know, sometime during the Soviet Union. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of going for it because, honestly, like I don't know if people realize this, but I think both of us are older than John and Warren and Pat. I think we're both older than they are. And I'm not speaking for you, but they're
what's
both
your point, though?
They're way more successful than I am. So I'm totally fine if we're going to go do World War III, set the playing field back altogether. I've got my survival skills being out here in Iran. I think I would do pretty well in a Fallout type scenario.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're going to go sign up.
No, I'm going to hide actually, but I'm going to participate in once it all breaks down, I'm going to be like a raider. Like you remember in what's that movie where the apocalypse happens and Danny McBride has Channing Tatum on a leash?
The Day After Tomorrow.
That's not The Day After Tomorrow.
I don't fucking know.
This Tatum. Is the end. Yeah, I'm going to have like
Channing
Tatum gimp on a leash kind of a deal.
Right.
It's going to be pretty cool. Like Mad Max. Honestly,
I haven't seen it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is kind of nuts.
Which, by the way, that was filmed like 10 minutes from my house.
I would bet so. I was going to say you could have a pretty good time in a post global conflict world being in Australia. You get a Holden, cut the roof off of it. I don't know what you're going to do.
No one's coming here. The closest we had was the Japanese in World War II, and fucking we got rid of them. So we're fine.
Excuse me.
We have too much barren land. No one's
I have no idea. This has been whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I'm totally I'm kind of excited for global conflict because I'm hoping that it results in a nuclear conflict that eventually ends society as it is, so that I can try my best.
What's going to come out of that?
I have no idea, man. But
you start dating one of those post-apocalyptic babes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Probably. I haven't thought that far into it, to be honest with you. The first thing I probably
it sounds like you've got a fucking plan going. You're talking about how you're gonna be a raider or whatever the hell.
Well, my whole but I'm gonna hope that other people plan, and then I'm gonna take their shit.
Right, you're an ideas man.
Yeah. So, what else?
Speaking of politics, you see Billy Football's running for Congress?
Yeah, what's going on there? Is he running for I haven't actually looked. Is he running for Congress or?
I'm sure it's not a joke.
I saw he got endorsed by George Santos, which is.
I was going to say that, which is hilarious. I love George Santos. He's a retard, but he's hilarious.
George Santos is like one of the best things that's happened to politics in years. I still don't even know what his actual name is, and I like that he still is huh?
I was going to say it's probably a lie, whatever his fucking name is.
And he I think he was hanging out with the Lauren Boebert the other day. I just like that George Santos is huh?
She's fucking hot.
Yeah, she is.
Didn't she when she was dragging off her boyfriend in the cinema?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
She's like that hot substitute teacher. You're like, damn, fucking not.
I saw the dumbest meme earlier. It was we should just have AOC and Lauren Boebert mud wrestle, and the winner gets to be president.
I think fucking AOC is way overrated. in terms of looks.
I don't know. I think ASC is like a 9.
She's like I went to an all boys school, and like when you don't have options, you just go, all right, she's a fucking 10. You know what I mean? You get like an average female teacher, and you're like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. I think that's what that is. I think politics is full of like 75-year-old fucking hags, and you see her, and you're like, oh damn, I can't listen to her voice. She fucking starts talking, it makes me sick.
Are you in your garden shed?
Yeah, I'm in my shed. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I was hoping so. I mean, like, I know Australia is not as well off as America, but I was hoping you guys didn't live in tin roofs.
Yeah, this is my house. I got my drum kit right here, my guitars. This is the jam. This is jam house.
Is your dog dying, by the way? Like, I keep hearing, like, it sounds like he's trying to hawk something up.
She's not barking, is she? I don't even know where she is.
I thought I keep hearing, I don't know, maybe it's some weird creature you have there.
Yeah, it's the fucking drop bear. She hasn't barked on camera yet, has she?
Drop bear, huh?
She hasn't barked on camera, has she?
No, I don't think. But I thought I heard something. It doesn't really. I don't know.
I'm kind of rooting for it. I kind of want it. She's got a pretty mean bark. She's a fucking big softie.
Yeah. What kind of dog is she again?
She's a Kelpie.
Kelpie, nice. That's the red one.
Do you have Kelpies?
I don't. I'm sure we do. It's a big country, but I don't see them a whole lot. I see the Australian Shepherds a lot more.
Yeah. Well, which Gus has one of those, by the way.
Yeah,
probably a fucking maniac. I can't remember who said it. I think it was like Montante on Michael the Minifans, but it really is the worst trait a dog has, that they fucking jump up on you.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
Major and Vinny.
What a hot take, but fuck,
I've got two big Old English Bulldogs. One of them's just under 80 pounds. And the other one's like 65 pounds. But that's the biggest thing I'm working. They just turned 1, so they're still kind of puppies. But that's the biggest thing. Like, Gus is like, they're jumping up all over people. And Gus is like, oh yeah, they're crazy. Like, no, dude, like fucking train your dog.
Be a fucking good owner. Yeah, I don't know. That makes me mad. Like, I don't care about like dog hair and shit. That's fine.
You can do that with little dogs too. But when you got like a decent sized dog, you got to actually not let it do that.
Yeah, it's just I'm pretty clingy with dogs. Like, I'll have a big dog on my lap and stuff. You can see it's bad. I don't give a fuck. But just if I'm trying to walk through the kitchen, don't jump up on me. I'll fucking kick you.
I couldn't do an Australian Shepherd though, anyway, because they're like they're very hyperactive. Like, they're working dogs.
I love it. Mine's a working dog too. That's why I got her. I was like, I gotta do something. I take her out for hours a day, take the ball out and just throw it around.
Yeah, so that's why I like bulldogs and like pit bulls and stuff. They're pretty much like
lazy like their owner.
Huh?
Lazy like their owner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, my bulldogs probably sleep like they're still young, but eventually they're gonna sleep like 18 hours a day.
By the way, did you pre-show eat both of those pizzas?
I'm sorry?
Did you pre-show eat both of those pizzas, by the way?
So it was a dinner box from Pizza Hut. We have that here in Tehran. So that was a medium pan pizza, 4 breadsticks, and then 4 cinnamon sticks. I ate half of the medium pan pizza. So I ate 4 out of 8 of the pieces.
Because I know we had to, the last episode we got in a bit of trouble with because you fucking went off the rails. And, we've had to send you to rehab for the last week or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if a couple of pizzas is great therapy. You might need to be checked in again.
It's a little awkward to talk about, but I did have to spend the last 2 weeks in a facility working on I've got a problem, bulimia.
You got a racism problem.
So that's why he brings that up, because one of my big things is I binge eat. So like once we get done here, I'm gonna eat the rest of that pizza. I'm gonna eat the breadsticks, and then I'm gonna eat the cinnamon sticks.
I don't think it's a good idea. I'm telling you, I think you're fucked.
And then the problem is I'm probably gonna go in the bathroom and stick my finger down my throat.
That's kind of hot.
I'm also wondering if we're getting into a territory now where we're like, this might get us a flag on YouTube. So I'm actually gonna mark that down. I'm gonna have to have John review that one.
Go a bunch of beeps.
Huh?
A bunch of beeps.
Yeah, we might have to do that because it just feels like something like it's just not going to fly. And I would really hate that if this were the show that kills the network.
Do you?
It'd be it would be fitting, I think, but it wouldn't be fair.
Some fucking idiot from Tehran,
the international show, but
the YouTube algorithm was like, we can't fucking have these Iranians. We
you You mentioned something about parking in Melbourne.
You mentioned something about parking in Melbourne. This is a real drip topic right here.
So in Huntington, for example, I have to pay a quarter for an hour of street parking. Do you guys have that? What's your rate?
What is a quarter?
$1.
A quarter of a dollar.
4 quarters.
Okay.
It's a big coin. It's our biggest coin.
That seems like a waste of time, no? A quarter of a dollar to park for how many hours?
For around an hour. Feed the meter.
Fuck, that's insane. I don't know. In Melbourne, like if you want to go to like the footy, I don't know, it's like $10 an hour. You got to pay like $40 for the night.
Well, yeah. If I'm gonna go to the Marshall game, if I go to the soccer games, I got to park at Kroger.
I'm talking about anywhere in the city though.
Anywhere in the whole city.
Yes. Yeah, it's fucking insane. Unless you want to. Generally, the smart thing to do here is to park like I don't know, half an hour away from the city and catch a train in. We actually have good public transport.
I think there's like 5
you don't have a train?
People. Oh, well, actually, we do have a train. The Cardinal line used to come right through here. Trains are big here, but like no, you don't take the train as like an option to transport. Like I can take the train to Chicago. It'll take me like 3 days.
So if you want to go to like Marshall football, you have to drive in.
Yeah. Soccer is a better example just because like that's a really hot ticket. We've only got like 2,500 seats and we sell out every game.
Yeah, but like, what if you want to have a couple of drinks? Too bad?
You have a couple of drinks.
Yeah, but you can't drive, right? Or is it different there? I don't know.
You can. You physically can drive your car.
Well, I know that.
So, yes, I mean, like, yeah.
I ain't fucking risking that shit.
The whole thing about a football game and drinking and driving is they can only catch so many people. It's like, think about it. It's like when the Iranians are drone striking Israel. The Iron Dome can only take out so many of the missiles. So the police can only catch so many of the drunk drivers while they're leaving.
So you're saying like...
So it's a game of numbers. It's like sperm.
How many people go to the football game? Like 20,000?
20,000 is low. That would be bad attendance for us.
Okay, good. All right, that helps.
Yeah,
so
the
like
stadium seats about
40,000
now, and we'll average like 25,000. But like good games, we'll get 32. It just depends. Like we sold out for Virginia Tech last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably 10 cop cars running around.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Being in the Rust
so you do the math on that one.
Like, there's hardly enough police to really even. They can't. The city's broke. Can't afford to hire police officers. So honestly, your chances are pretty good, man. I would never condone drinking and driving, but if you just think
it sounds like you are, to be totally honest. It sounds like you're fucking real pro.
It just sounds like I'm just saying, man. It's just like anything else. It's a numbers game. If you think about the numbers, it's just a simple equation. It's like playing blackjack. It's all it is. It's a simple science. What's the legal limit in Australia?
0.05. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah. Ours is
okay.
Ours is by state, but like in West by God, it's 0.08.
What? How many beers is that then?
I don't really know.
2.
Yeah. It depends on how much you weigh and all that, and how much you drink them. But I don't really know, to be honest with you. I've always like if I'm gonna go to like have dinner somewhere and I know I'm driving, I'll have like 2 beers, and over the course of like an hour, I would do that too. Yeah.
Which
I don't really know.
I had a close call a couple months ago after a game where it's a general rule after the game at whatever club we're at, we're gonna buy a beer at the club, and we had a couple pretty quickly, and I drove home from that, and as soon as I get into town, there's a fucking roadside breath testing, and I was like, oh fuck. Like there was one of those things where you start getting dizzy, like, oh my god, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And like our laws are strict here. Like you get done with that, you're losing your license for a while.
Yeah. Even the first time?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's no tolerance.
Our system's so fucking different.
Why? What are they like? I see you drinking again, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot more like. Honestly, back like in the 80s and before, like I think like you'll see it in movies, like they'll catch you drinking and driving, and they'll be like, all right, well just well, officer, I only got another mile to go, and they'll be like, all right, we'll just keep it safe, and they'll just let him go. Like that hasn't existed since like the 80s, I think, if even before that. But my college roommate, got really drunk and crashed his truck into a fence out in the boonies. And like he almost died. Like the fence post came in like Final Destination style.
Ooh,
so, like he hobbled down the road. Like his truck was still kind of running, but not really. But anyway, he ended up getting caught. And like I remember I took him to he had to do these alcohol classes. So like I'd drive him over to do them, and like they would breathalyze the people at the classes, he said. And it was the funny, like
daily.
Every single class, like somebody would be drunk.
Right.
Like no, we would stop at the bar on the way back from it, but like not on the way there because they breathalyzed there. But he didn't lose his license or anything, man. Like he just had to have one of those blow and go things where you blow into it. Do you have that?
Immobilizer.
Yeah,
immobilizer. But he was fucked.
That's expensive too. Like that's the biggest thing I've noticed from all that.
Yeah,
like
you got to pay like $1,500 to install it.
Yeah, I don't remember how much it cost, but it was over $1,000. And then he had to spend the weekend in jail. I remember because it was like he got caught on like a Friday night, and you don't get out of jail on a Friday night. Like you don't get out till Monday.
Have you been?
You don't get out on the weekends, huh?
Have you been to jail before?
No, I've never been arrested.
I'm kind of curious. I don't know. One of those.
I just gotten tickets. What about you?
No.
What about your teammate that your starting pitcher?
Yeah, so he was there last night.
Okay.
And he's an AFL player as well. Like not AFL, but he plays, Aussie rules.
Plays Aussie rules.
Yeah, and so he had a limp last night. I guess he's had a practice session or two since he got out like 6 days ago. But he's got this limp. So that made
he was in for like a month?
3 weeks.
3
so
weeks?
That made for really, really easy, prison rape jokes, which he wasn't taking too kindly to, but
was he in the overcoat gang or the doc?
Isn't
doc and Union?
Nazi? No, Nazi.
Nazi. Oh wow.
I don't fucking know. No, I don't even know where he was. I don't know. I'm not going to ask those questions. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those questions I'm not asking. I just want to rip him. Yeah. Ah, yeah. I cannot see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I totally didn't just rip that one off from what's his fucking.
No, you came up with that.
Yeah, Opie and Anthony. That God, what's his name? Jim.
Norton.
Jim Norton. Yeah, that's what's the stupid thing he does? That's one of those jokes. Completely. The best thing to do when you steal somebody's joke too is to talk about it, and then just run. Like we've been on
and explain
about
comedy.
35 seconds now on that joke. See, OJ died. Were you aware of that?
Yeah. I don't know if it's bad that my first instinct, I woke up to that. I don't know. It was like 5 hours before I woke up. And my first instinct was like my heart sank a little bit. I was like, that's kind of, I was like, he's funny. I know it's crazy, but like, I enjoy fucking trolls, and that's exactly what he was. So I was like, this is it's kind of bad.
He's famous in Australia, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't think he's famous all around the world.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. Yeah, great football player. I don't know. Like, I don't know too much about I know like a lot about the trial, I guess, but I don't know. Like,
I mean, I was a little.
I'm not from the country, so I'm not fucking contextually. I don't,
I was born in 1992, and the trial was in '94, I think, or so. I don't really remember it.
Right.
But all I know, man, is I think it was. I saw the Heisman Trophy wished him like a condolence, like the Heisman Trophy Twitter.
Oh, they deleted it.
Did they?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I saw was they did take Reggie Bush's trophy away.
They didn't take
OJ
away?
Huh?
They didn't take OJ's away?
No.
Right.
Reggie Bush, I think, is the only person who's ever had theirs taken away.
I don't know how this makes any sense, but the trial was in like 94 or whatever, and he was acquitted.
Yeah, I think so.
Like 3 years later, he was found liable for the deaths.
That was that's a good thing to. Do you guys have? I think you have common law like we do too. But so he was acquitted in criminal court, but then he was tried in a civil court, which is basically like a lawsuit almost. And then so the civil court ruled against him. The same thing happened with Trump. Trump got ruled against in a civil court, I believe. So it's different.
Fucking the porn star chick, what's her name? Is that case?
Yeah, no, Stormy Daniels. I don't know if that one. I think that one was criminal. I was talking about E. Jean Carroll, I think, or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, he had to spend the rest of his life in like Florida and Las Vegas, so he didn't have to pay out any of the settlement because I think he was liable for like a lot of money for killing them. That happens a lot too when people are acquitted in criminal cases, and everybody's like, "Well, yeah, they did it." They usually lose the civil case, and then they just
So
have
was he guilty? Did he do it?
I actually, I'm one of the people. I think his son did it, and I think OJ was covering up for his son.
Why? Why'd his son do it? Oh, because the mom left the family.
No, it's well, that's not Nicole Brown Simpson wasn't the mother of the one I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Son.
Yeah,
I think he just did it because he's crazy, and I don't know.
The son did.
I think he's killed other people. I don't know. I feel bad for Al Cowlings, to be honest with you.
Who's that?
That's his friend that drove the Bronco. And also, this is bad, but I didn't realize Al Cowlings played football. He was like the 5th overall draft pick like 2 years before OJ. It's actually kind of cool. They played high school football, and they went to USC and played there together, and then they played for the Buffalo Bills and San Francisco 49ers together. And then they had the whole, Bronco thing. Like, that's 2 pretty good friends.
Yeah, that's fucking ride or die.
It's a beautiful friendship. Go. They should make a movie about their friendship.
I don't know. Yeah, they've made a few docos or whatever, right? Have you seen them? I don't know.
I saw the People versus OJ on like FX a couple of years ago. I don't really care.
I think the best thing that came out of all that was the Kardashians.
Are they big there?
I'm not a fan. Of course. That's another worldwide. They fucking be everywhere. It's like Taylor Swift. They're just famous fucking everywhere.
It was crazy. I'm sure you've seen the picture of Bruce Jenner with OJ Simpson, like back in the day. I'm not dead naming him when he was Bruce Jenner. But it's
I actually
like
haven't.
Whoever the reporter is, they're like, "I've seen the future. You're not going to believe this shit." So that's a good one. What else you got for me? You got anything else?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I saw that in Texas they banned Pornhub. Did you see that? I guess my question was, what would you do? What would you do if they banned porn in West Virginia or Iran or wherever the fuck you are?
Is that porn is banned in Iran. What was that?
Well, I believe that. Oh, there's a bird.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What kind of a bird is that? Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. It wasn't a magpie. I'm not going to do an impression, but I don't know what the fuck. I think it was a crow.
Oh, yeah,
really? It's crows. I don't know.
I don't know if we have magpies. Like, I know what magpies are, and they look just like crows.
There's a bunch of different birds going on. There's one down there as well. There's one out here. My dog's chewing on the bone.
Do you have toucans?
Sorry. No.
No. Do you have any exotic birds?
That sounds made up.
Toucan? No, like you have Fruit Loops?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, toucan. That's Toucan Sam.
Okay. Exotic birds. I think, we had the dodo. No, that died off. We have like fucking emus and shit.
Yeah. You guys went to war with them once?
Yeah, they're animals. Yeah.
And you lost.
We sent the fucking military on those bastards.
Say what you will. The United States did technically lose in Vietnam, and I would say they lost in Iraq, but they didn't lose to
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah, I'd call that one a loss. But
have you seen a fucking emu though? Have you seen how fast emus
run? They're
run?
scary as hell, dude.
They go like as fast as cars,
and they're enormous.
Yeah, and they're like this weird shape. They've like got a completely round tummy.
Yeah. Do you have ostriches?
I don't know. I should know this. I don't know.
I don't know what the difference. Right. Like they're different birds, but they're like the same thing.
I just know all that killer animals, all that fucking snakes and shit. Which we get a lot of snakes where I work, and they scare
the shit out. How many poisonous snakes would you estimate that you have like within like your city? Like how many would you possibly run into?
There'd be thousands here. I don't know. There's a fucking shitload.
Like different types, like thousands of different types?
No. Only a couple of different types. Tiger, snake, brown snake. But they're like 2 of the most dangerous on earth. But like where I grew up, it was common for snakes to just come into your backyard. But it's illegal to kill them. So
it's illegal to kill them?
Correct, yeah. Yeah, you can't just get the shovel out and just cut them in half. No
big
good.
Fine.
Banned. Yep. So
you had to call somebody to come get it?
Call the snake guy. Yep.
And how much does that cost?
Oh, I don't fucking know. I never did that shit. But
yeah, you just kill them?
Yeah. But it is crazy. Like, I don't know, you'd be walking the dog, and all of a sudden the dog gets fucking antsy. And dogs obviously want to attack snakes, and you're like, well, you'll fucking die, bitch. So
that bothers me, man. We only have 2 poisonous snakes here, rattlesnakes and copperheads. And like only rattlesnakes are really copperhead, you gotta get a tetanus shot, but they're not gonna kill you.
Okay.
Copperhead, too, they smell like cucumbers. I think I've said this before.
Not to me, you haven't. Are rattlesnakes always rattling? Like, can you hear them coming?
Yeah. I mean, they've got it. Well, I don't know if, like, you don't hear them coming. Like, I think generally they're just, like, laying there and you step on them. But if they notice you, they do the rattle noise.
If you're going to step on them, are they going to attack you? Or they like, is their instinct like to run off?
I think their instinct's to bite if you step on them. Like, they warn you if they notice you in time. But, yeah, I wouldn't want to get bit by one.
Nothing on earth phases me except for fucking snakes. I hate them. They make me sick.
Spiders are bad, too.
Spiders, I couldn't give a shit about. We got bad spiders here, too, but they don't,
they
do nothing.
We got black widows and all that, but the worst one's brown recluse, I think. That's what it's called. Like your flesh deteriorates when it bites you.
Okay.
It's pretty nasty.
Don't we eat a bunch?
Huh?
Isn't that like a stat that we like eat a fuckload of spiders?
Yeah, something like you eat like 8 every year in your sleep or whatever. They crawl in your mouth.
I kind of like that. We're like alphas, you know. Fuck you. Like
what are those giant ones you have? Like what do they call them? Like woodsmen or something?
Oh, huntsman.
Those things are nasty, dude.
Big boys. Yeah, we get some fucking big boys.
No, those aren't venomous though, right? Huntsman.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I thought everything is fucking venomous. But,
We've got wolf spiders, which are kind of like little versions of huntsmen, but they're not poisonous. They're actually kind of badass. I got a bunch of them in my basement, and then they've also got so wolf spiders are on a vertical or a horizontal plane, and then they've got tree spiders, which are on the exact same thing, but they like live on trees on a vertical plane.
Fuck yeah, spider talk.
Dude, real quick, Houston, how do you feel right now? No one's had a better offseason than ever.
The Texans are fucking going to be insane. Everyone's like, oh, Stephon Diggs is getting paid like $28 million. I could give a shit.
You're paying your quarterback nothing.
I think, and I think a lot of that salary is getting paid by the Bills, no? And everyone's like, oh, he's a pain in the ass and discontent. It's a contract year. So he's
who else did you guys get for wide receivers? Like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's loaded, isn't it?
Fuck. No, like the defensive players. We like Danielle Hunter and stuff.
I think Terrell Suggs threatened somebody, by the way, the other day.
For what?
I don't know.
What for?
I don't know.
He's a fucking madman. But this team's going to be insane. I thought for a second you were going to talk about the Astros, which we're not talking about because that's fucking. We're just.
I haven't even looked. I don't pay attention until after the.
We're like the worst team in the league.
Really? What's going on? Altuve not hitting?
No, we haven't signed anyone else. It's just the same. Nico Collins, Tank Dell. I don't know. Have you seen any of him?
Not a whole lot. I haven't paid a whole lot.
Fucking animal. But this team's going to be great this year. I don't know. Will Anderson's a beast. But yeah, back to baseball. I don't know what your question was. I wasn't listening. But the Astros
what's going on? Is Altuve's not hitting?
No one's hitting. Our pitching. Well, I think more so our pitching is a fucking joke. We have this one pitcher who's like thrown no hitters in like 2 games in a row. Well, the last game was a 1-hitter. He like threw 15 innings in a row, no hit. And
you know what his name is?
Is that your bomb siren going off?
Yeah.
Ramel Blanco is like a Dominican.
I don't know. We'll see. I should open the window. You guys can see what's going on behind me. It's crazy.
It's not that police. That police like last week. And we can't talk about last week because
I don't know. We can't talk. We're not allowed to talk about episode 3.
Yeah,
that came down. That actually came down from Portnoy.
You're a disaster. So we don't call
all right. Let's just call it. We're just talking.
Yeah, we good?
Yeah. Let's do it. All right, Johnny. All right.
That's a nice send off. Goodbye.
Yes, man. Crampon paralyzed weak at conception. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a judge a rule on ya. Stop the slavery a go on in a Libya. Just because man want cross the border, you wanna fuck with brother and sister. and sell them to the Arab slave master. Chain them up and lock them up and rape off with data. This is abomination in the eyes of your Allah. Burn a fire upon slavery in Arabia.